Hello, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and doing well. You are reading your book properly, you are reading the science, and you are getting all the concepts from my videos. Of course, all the videos of each and every topic from the chapters will give you the proper details so that you can understand each and every part of it, and there should be no confusion, not a single confusion you will face during your exam or during your tests. All this. Okay, so as today, as on the last, you have already completed the three states of a matter, right? The solid, liquid, gas. So in various types of videos we have already completed, and today we are just going to share the question answers, that is those which are given in your NCRT book. Okay, so find out the questions, the in-text questions from your NCRT book, most probably the page number that is given. I'm telling you the page number is given 6. Okay, from your NCRT science book, page 6. Open the 6 page number, and their questions are given. Few of the questions, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 questions are given. Okay, so we are just going to hear these questions. We will just discuss. Okay, you and me, all of us will discuss together, and you must take the pen and copy with you, and please write down options answer. Got it? So without wasting time, let's get started. So today's first question, the question is given that the mass per unit volume of a substance is called its density. So it means that we can say that whenever we are trying to find out any kinds of things density. Okay, what is the density? Density means, if I say that a kind of liquid, okay, a kind of liquid, how much solidified particles, or how much particle the solute, the particles of the solute is mixed with the solvent. Okay, for example, if I say for lemon juice. Okay, so we were from lemon juice used to make a lemonade or a kind of juice along with the water. So we know that here the water is working as a solvent, whereas the lemon juice, the proper extract from the lemon, is working as a solute. Okay, so here when we are mixing together, so it makes a solution that is called a lemonade, right? So in that lemonade, we know that there are different particles are mixed with the water to make such type of lemonade. Okay, so here we can find that the actual density, or if we go for the density, it means that per volume, per unit volume of the lemonade, the number of, or the mass of the particles of the solute, like the lemon juice, is quite sufficient. Okay, so for that example, we can say that yes, the density for this lemonade is quite moderate. Okay, according to the solute, the solvent is moderate, we can say. Or if I say the another example, suppose a beaker or a glass of water you have taken, normal water. Okay, and there you have taken one teaspoonful of sugar inside it and mix it well by stirring on it. Okay, where you have poured inside the water into the water and then stir it regularly. Okay, so you will also that the sugar cubes has already melted and it has totally mixed with the water, so it makes a sweet juice, right? Now again, I'm telling you, take the another teaspoonful of sugar and mix it well. So second time you're giving the pouring the sugar inside the water, of the same water, and you are stirring well. Okay, you have seen that the entire cubes of the sugar has already melted and mixed with the sugar, mixed with the water properly. Okay, on the third time, I'm telling you again, you have to take the teaspoonful of sugar again, and you have to pour on the same water and make the juice. Now you're facing the problem. What is the problem? It makes a kind of unsaturated solution. Okay, we have read the saturated and unsaturated solution. What we rate in saturated solution, we rate that the kind of solution where the solute used to mix it properly, or mix it full with the water to make a kind of proper or sufficient solution of it. And on the another hand, we have said that the unsaturated means where after stirring well with the solvent, the solute remains as a residue underneath of it. Okay, it makes a kind of residue under the solution. What for? Because that very part of the residue is totally unable with the water to mix it. What for? Because these are the excessive part. There is the called the excessive part of the solute. According to the solvent, those which are unable to mix with it. Okay, so it means that by the unsaturated kinds of solution, we can easily understand the density of any kinds of liquid. Okay, it means that the number or the mass of the particles, the mass of the homogeneous particles of any kinds of solute when it present in water according to the volume, the per unit volume of that solvent, that is called its density. Okay, so it means that if you want to make a normal density of any kinds of liquid, so you have to use or you have to add the solute in that very exact amount. Okay, if you want to make a quite denser liquid, I'm giving you the another example. If you make the quite denser liquid, so you have to add more and more, like the sugar. When you added the sugar, okay, 3 teaspoonful of sugar, but the water was sufficient, so that's why all those sugar cubes were not melted properly. At last you have seen it. Okay, now if I say that I'm taking two beakers. Okay, at the first beaker I have taken water, at the second beaker I have taken honey. Okay, honey I have taken. So beaker one, water, only water, and beaker two, honey. Now, if I try to pour them together at the same time, if I try to pour them together at the same time, what I will face? I will face that the water has fallen down with a very single second. It hasn't taken so much time to fall from the beaker. Okay, but if I say for number B beaker, that is honey, yes, the honey, we know that honey is a kind of jelly based particle, right? Jelly based particles are present, so it means that when honey will pour from the beaker, so it will take a little time. Got it? At a time like water, it will not fall because honey is not as free. All the particles are not as free as the particles of water, right? So as the particles of water are so free, okay, they are totally free to each other, so that's why they easily fall down, and it is very less denser, okay, rather than this honey. But honey is more denser than this water. Why? Because all the molecules or the particles of honey, those which are present there, they are not so much free to each other. Okay, somehow they are quite packed up to each other. Okay, so it means that all the particles have made a crowd inside that honey. All the particles of honey has made a crowd. Okay, so that's why they are quite packed up together, and that's why they are taking time to fall it over. Okay, so from here easily we understand that the mass of any particular or homogeneous particles of any solute according to the per unit volume of solvent when it is taken or when it is calculated, that is called the density of that particular substance or particular liquid. Okay, and density is denoted in science as capital D, whereas mass in small m and volume is small v. So if I try to find out the actual formula of density, so we can write that D equal to m by v. It means density equal to mass per unit volume. Okay, mass per unit volume, m by v, d equal to m by v. So this is the actual formula of the density of any kinds of substance by when any kinds of maths or numerals will come. So you can solve it easily with the help of this formula. Okay, that's it. Now the question. What is the question? The question says that arrange the following in order of increasing density. Increasing density. Okay, so it means that in incident order you have to write, whereas the normal one, the least denser one will be the first, and the more denser one will be at the last. Okay, so from less denser to more denser. Okay, so here few of the examples names are given like air, exhaust from chimneys, honey, water, chalk, cotton, and iron. Now you will tell the answer that which one has the least denser, which one is the least contains the least density inside. If I say, for example, air, the first one, air. Yes, air means the layer of the air that makes the atmosphere. It means our entire atmosphere contains the air, and we know that in air different particles like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, helium, neon, argon, carbon, means all those kinds of particles are moving here and there, but they are totally free. It means they can move anywhere else. Okay, there is no barrier at all. Okay, so it means that we can say air is least density, have the least density. Okay, so air has the least density, so at first air will come in the row. Okay, so at first air. Next one, the next one is exhaust from chimneys, honey, water, chalk, cotton. and iron. Which one from here? Okay, we will go again for the air, that is exhaust from chimneys. Okay, exhaust from chimneys means you have seen that in the kitchens, in our kitchens the chimney, it is present. If you say for the textiles factories, in different factories, okay, so their chimneys are present or exhaust fans are present, so through there air used to pass out, okay, from the room or from the large textile mills. Okay, so as the air is pass out from there, and we know that air contains inside lots of dust and dirt particles, okay, through the chimney, through the exhaust fans, right? So that's why it also comes in density, but it also have a less density, okay, not least but less density. So we can say after air, this exhaust from chimney it will come. Got it? Okay, the third one, which one will be the third? Honey, water, chalk, cotton, iron. Now come to cotton. Okay, cotton. You have seen, I think you must have observed this cotton. Cotton is quite white, like a white fluffy structural part. Okay, it is solid. Threads are present, very solid. Thin threads are present. Okay, or fibers are present. Fibers mixed together to make the cotton ball. Okay, so this cotton ball contains cottons, and all the fibers of cottons are very thin. Okay, and these are combined together, and we know that cottons are used for making the cotton clothes and different type of cotton wool, or means the different type of garments used to make along with the cotton and other kinds of fabrics, okay, fibers. So here, as we are saying, only based on cotton, okay, only based on cotton means suppose a ball of cotton is there, okay, in my hand. So this ball of cotton, we can see that yes, it's a ball like structure, means all the fibrous parts of the cotton is present here. Got it? Now if I try to squeeze it, okay, if I try to squeeze it, so it will properly squeeze like a sponge. Okay, on last day you have told about the sponge. If I squeeze the sponge, so it will be squeezed. If I release the sponge, so it will take again its own shape. Okay, in the same way, if I take a cotton ball in my hand and if I try to squeeze it, so it will squeeze. It means that it contains maximum quantity of air inside it. It holds the air inside it, right? So as it holds the air inside it, so it means it makes a fluffy like structure or wool like structure. Okay, so this fluffiness says that it contains air inside it. So that's why when I'm squeezing it, it is just squeeze itself. Got it? Now when I'm releasing it, it is gradually takes its own shape. It means it is absorbing, or it is taking the air from the outside to inside. Okay, so from here we can easily say that it has million number of chambers inside it, or million holes inside this cotton ball. So that's why it is quite light in weight, okay, as well as it is quite less denser. Okay, so we can say that after exhaust from chimneys, cotton will be the answer. So at first air, then exhaust from chimneys, then cotton. Okay, third one is cotton. So you must write in your copy. Next, what is your number four? Honey, water, chalk, and iron. Yes, of course we will go for water. Water will be the fourth one. What for? The fourth one is water. As we know that water is a liquid. Okay, it is a kind of medium. Okay, and in that medium, hydrogen molecules, oxygen molecules, these two molecules are free. Okay, they are fully free in that very medium. Or if they are moving here and there, fine, and that's why this is less denser than any other. Got it? So according, if we go for only the liquids, okay, different liquids are present. So among them, I think, or it will be the answer that the less denser will be the water among all the liquids. Got it? So that's why the fourth one will be water. Next one, of course, I will go for honey. Okay, I just gave the example with water and honey. Look, honey is here. We know that honey is quite denser than water, so we can say that honey will be the next noun. Is after water, honey will be the answer. What is the another one? The next one will be, look, two solids are present, chalk and iron. Now you tell me which one is most powerful and most durable. between these two, chalk and iron. Which one? Of course, chalk is of course iron. Iron is the most durable one among them. So less durable is chalk. So that's why chalk will be the answer. Okay. So here chalk will be the answer. We know that chalk has a proper mass and it has a perfect volume and it has perfect shape and size. Okay. And you have already seen that when teachers or you used to write on the board, sometimes it used to broke up. Okay. Anyhow, when you are giving excessive pressure on the chalk at the time, it used to break up and it makes the pieces. Okay, different pieces. So it means that we can say that it is not so durable. It means that all the calcium particles, the particles of calcium carbonate, those which are present over there, okay, it and makes a chalk. It holds lots of porous parts or lots of pores inside it. Okay, the entire chalk contains huge number of pores or small atomic holes inside it that contains water. Okay, so that's why we are giving the pressure on it to write anything on the board. It used to break up from middle or from any part of it. Okay, so here we can easily say that it is less denser than iron. And now come to the iron. Yes, the most strongest metal that is used to build, to concrete the houses, to concrete different buildings. Okay, so it means that from here is or to make the weapons, to make the usable tools at home. Okay, as well as it is used to make the containers also. Okay, so it means that from here easily we can understand metal like iron is most denser. It has a large durability inside it. So of course it will be the most denser than anything that is given in this topic. Okay, so that's it. I think you have written the answers in your copy. You must have to write the answers and you must have to mail your answers to me. The mail is given there. Okay, fine. Now come to the question number two. Question number two, the first question is stating that tabulate the differences in the characteristics of states of matter. Okay, so you have to tabulate here, means you have to write here. So make the columns of three states of matter, that is solid, liquid, gas. Okay, solid, liquid, gas. Here, at least by four conditions you have to make the differences among them. Which are the differences among them? Okay, first one I'm telling. What is the first one? Solid. In solid, all the particles of the matters are compact tightly. Okay, in liquid, all the particles of the matter are compacted loosely. In gas, all the particles of gas used to move freely. Okay, number two, solid has a proper shape and size. Then for liquid, liquids have no proper shape. Okay, and for gas, gas is totally invisible. Gas is invisible, so how can we measure the shape of it? Okay, then you can say that few examples of it. Okay, then you can say that another very common thing, that is solid matters. Solid matters are usable for making different type of things. Okay, liquid metals, liquid substances are used also for different. When you have given, just give few examples. Okay, of their, for example, the water for drinking. For then, if I say that the in metal, okay, liquid metal, you can say there the example that in thermometer also it is used. For example, mercury. Okay, gas, for example, oxygen for our respiration, or carbon dioxide for the plant's respiration. So in this way you can give the examples. So in this you will get different type of notes on this matter in your book. Okay, and if it is possible, you please write down in yourself and send me the answer. That will be better for you. Fine. Now come to number B. Question number B. Comment upon the following. So you have to give the comment here. It means you have to write at least 1 to 2 lines on this following, on the following that is given. Okay. Number one, that is rigidity. What is the rigidity? Actually, rigidity means the durability of any kinds of substance according to the compactness of materials inside it. Okay, so it means that rigidity always shows the solid substance. right? Rigidity always shows the solid substance. What for? Because in solid substance, the homogeneous or heterogeneous particles used to mixed and it used to remains very tightly. So that's why these are rigid. Then liquid and gas. Okay. Number two, compressibility. Compressibility means those which have capability to compress itself. We have already read that in class 8 that when we read the coal and petroleum chapter. Okay, coal and petroleum. In petroleum, we have seen that or we have heard that the LPG and CNG gas is stored in the cylinder, right? LPG gas and CNG gas, where LPG gas is used in our kitchen for cooking purpose, and where the CNG means compressed natural gas. This cylinder was used is used till now for the transport. Okay, nowadays it is used. So from here we can say that the gas that is absorbed in the cylinder, it is compressed means a huge pressure is given to that gas to make it or to convert it into liquid. Okay, gas converts into liquid only by pressure, the huge pressure on it. Okay, so by providing the huge pressure on CNG, on LPG, okay, it is kept in the cylinder as a liquid form. So that's why if you try to shake the cylinder in your kitchen, so you will observe that a liquid side, when a liquid substance to move in the glass or anywhere, it makes a sound, na? So the same kind of sound you will get from there. It seems that a kind of liquid is present inside the cylinder, but it is not liquid as all. It is the compressed gas. Okay, compressed gas that is present in your LPG cylinder and CNG cylinder. Got it? So compressibility is always there for gas. Next, fluidity. Fluid. What is fluid? Of course, liquid, because liquids there it contains a kind of medium, and the particles those which are present, these are either homogeneous or heterogeneous, but it used to mixed together very loosely. Their packingness is very loosely. It means they are loosely packed or very loosely packed. So that's why they used to move here and there easily. That's called the fluidity of that liquid. Okay, for example, water, milk, any kinds of shake, whatever you want, or the kerosene oil, petrol, diesel. You will also that the liquid used to move here and there when they are in movement, right? So that's called the fluidity of itself. Next, filling a gas container. Filling a gas container. Yes, a gas container means a gas cylinder. So when a gas cylinder is filled through a pipe, so it means that compressibility works there. Okay, with the help of compressibility, the gas used to convert into liquid, and then it is filled in the cylinder or the container. Next, shape. Yes, if I say about the shape, so based on shape, solid has a proper shape. Okay, what for? Because they have rigidity. Okay, that's why they have more rigidity. That's why. Then if I say for liquid, liquid takes a shape according to the shape of the container. Okay, where it is poured. Different size, different shaped containers are present. When you are just pouring from one container to another container the same liquid, so it will take the shape according to the inner surface of that container. Okay, why? Because particles are loosely packed here and it has a fluidity condition. Okay, now if I say for gas, gas has no proper shape. Okay, whether you are blowing the air inside the balloon to inflate it, then you will observe that it makes a huge round or oval shaped structure. What for? Because the blowing air is moving inside it. Okay, and it is totally bounded by the another leather membrane. So that's why it is making a kind of structure on it according to the structure of the balloon. Otherwise, air has no proper shape. Okay, that's it. Next, kinetic energy. What is the kinetic energy? At the first day, I hope I have already discussed about this kinetic energy. That is the energy that is already present or it is automatically generated in any kinds of living or non-living substances. Okay, that helps them to exist properly in the universe. Okay, so the things, the most smallest to most largest things, those which are present, those that exist in the world, these contains a kind of energy inside it that's called the kinetic energy. and kinetic energy helps to exist and hold the actual shape or figure of any substances. That's it. Next, density. What is density? Yes, density is that the actual mass of any solute per unit volume of any solvent is called the density of that very substance. Okay, so that's it. So in this way, you have to write the answers, must write the answers and send me through mail. Now come to the question number 3. Give reasons. These questions are very, very good and very conceptual questions, um, according to my view. Okay, so question answer where it say that reason, when it say that please explain or justify or suggest or show the reason, so such type of questions are called the conceptual question. Means what concept you have already taken through that part, that's why you can give the suggestions or you can give the justifications on it honestly. Okay, so what is question? The first topic is given that a gas fills completely the vessel in which it is kept. A gas fills completely the vessel in which it is kept. So, for example, if I say a gas cylinder, that has already been explained by me. A gas cylinder is taken and the gas is fully filled inside it with the help of pipe. So it means that when the gas is extracted from the petroleum, okay, the petroleum gas is conserved in a kind of cylinder, and from there gas is compressed by the compression machine and it is converted into liquid. After that, this liquid it used to fill the cylinder. Okay, otherwise if we used to put the direct air, the airy substance or the gaseous substance inside the cylinder, so it must be burst out anytime, because we know that the molecules used to exert the pressure on the outer or at the inner surface or of any container or anything, okay, where it is hold. Now you think when LPG and CNG gas directly it is pushed inside the cylinder, so always the butane gas molecules used to move or exerts and try to push the inner surface of the cylinder, and once it used to burst out. Okay, so that's why to reduce all this very what I say that bad condition, to reduce all these bad conditions, it is converts from gas to liquid and then it is conserved into the cylinder. Okay, so that is the reason. What is the number b? The number is saying that a gas exerts pressure on the walls of a container. It is a There is a very good and very easy example. Yes, of course, the particles of air used to exert pressure. Okay, example, inflation of a balloon. When you are inflating the balloon, you are giving the excessive air inside it. So all the molecules are exerting the pressure on the outer membrane of it, and so on. Once it will burst out. That's it. Okay. Next, number C. A wooden table should be called a solid. Yes, wooden table. Not only wooden table, but also wooden furnitures, the glass showpiece. Okay, all the things those which are solid in form, there all particles are tightly packed to each other. Tightly packed to each other. Okay, so that's why only by their wish, they can never change their shape and size. Okay, so that's why we can say that, for example, wood is also a kind of solid substance, and we used to make the furniture along with this, like a chair, and the chair by its own wish it cannot change its body, it cannot change its shape. So that's why you can say that a chair is solid. Okay, number D. We can easily move our hand in air, but to do the same through a solid block of wood, we need a karate expert. What did you say? Read it again. We can easily move our hand in air. We can easily move our hand in air, but to do the same through a solid block of wood, to do the same solid block of wood, we need a karate expert. What for? Very good question. Very good question. Yes, we have to understand that when our hand is free, okay, nothing is hold in our hand. It means not a single pressure we are providing on our palm, right? We are not providing any pressure on our palm. Our hand is free, so we can move it. Okay, anywhere we can move it. Now, when you have hold a solid wooden block in your hand, a solid wooden block in your hand, and you are trying to move it anyhow. So at that very time, any kinds of cramp, or you can get pain, or you can get hurt with the help of the movement along with the solid block of wood. Okay, so that's why you must need the expert, and you must need to take the decision of the expert that how to move it or how to take it properly in your hand when you are moving your hands. Okay, so that is the matter. So we have already completed this reason based or conceptual questions. Hope you have understood. You must write down the answers of it. That's it. Now come to the next or the last question. What is the last question? The last question has told us liquids generally have lower density as compared to solid. Of course, everyone knows about it, but you must have observed that ice floats on water. Find out why. Yes, it's a very good question. Solids have quite large, heavy weight rather than the liquid, right? But we have already seen that if we take a glass of water and a piece of ice cube, if I throw that ice cube in the water, you will observe that the ice cube is submerged in the water. Okay, it is or floated in the water, submerged or floated, not fully sinked. What is the matter behind it? The matter is that it is very easy. The liquid substance means the glass that contains the liquid substance means the water. There the molecules are loosely packed. Okay, but if we say for the solid ice cube, the solid ice cube, it is also made up of the homogeneous particles of H2 and O2. Homogeneous particles of H2 and O2 by reaction as H2O. Okay, so the solid water substance, it makes a ice cube. Okay, now in this ice cube, O is present. Means what is present? O means oxygen. What is oxygen? Oxygen is a kind of gas. So it means this entire solid part of the ice cube contains excessive amount of gas inside it. So of course it will be quite lightweighted according to the density of the water. Okay, so that's why when you used to throw inside the water, it will float on the water submerged. Okay, it will remain submerged either, or it will be floated in the water. Okay, so this is the actual matter. If you write in such manner, you will get the full answer. Okay, so we have already completed the question answer session, the in-text question answer session. Hope you have got each and every question's answer properly, and you must write on the all the question answers in your copy, and you must send me through mail. Okay, thank you so much. This is for today. We will meet on the next video again. Till then, bye bye.